Hi folks, and welcome to this week's Skippy Guide at Winton. This little cheeky rascal, watch out for these curbs, they are not nice. Look at my front wing. I didn't even know I did it on the first lap, went over them, nose up in the air and everything. I ran it with 4 on the SBO just to raise that rise height a little bit. I'd probably say go to maybe 3 or 2, maybe do the old knock hill setup. I will put both of them on my Discord. I'll mention that in a minute. But yeah, maybe riding the nose a little bit may help your front wing. There's not many straights that could affect it, but for whatever reason, the Skippy is very aero dependent. Weird, I know, but yes, do not hit them curbs. Anyway, let's crack on with this. So the setup will be in my Discord, as I mentioned. Track use 44% and 81 Fahrenheit track temp degrees will be above my head. Just in case you're watching this in the future, that's the track conditions that I've got for this lap. The lap I'm going to show you is not that lap. It is that lap. Not sure why I didn't show you that one, but that one's a little bit slow. Anyway, a 130 0.08. I'll speak in a minute. A 130.080. So yes, that's the lap I'm going to show you. Fingers crossed it's a decent one. But otherwise, above my head, we have my Discord where the OLAP VLAP telemetry replay file will be in. And there'll be 2 setups in there. My normal one that I run for basically everything. And the knock hill one has a little bit more of a nose clearance for that reason, so bear that in mind. Also has on there a little Google Docs that show you track guides I've done in the past, and they're all in season order, so you can better find them if you are following the Skippy for the entire season. Also above my screen is how I get into these sessions, just in case you want to practice before the week goes live. I use the iRacing UI to make it nice and easy and try and get it as accurate as I can to the season that I'm actually following. Fingers crossed, it should be pretty damn spot on. Otherwise, nothing waffling, let's crack on with it. Right then, Schneiderton, and it is a short run into turn 1. Just be careful of pit exit, which is here on the left-hand side. A few laps in, we have a few cars coming out of there, so just be mindful of that. They will be on the inside for this corner here. Anyway, service road on the right-hand side. We're braking quite gradually into the corner, 3rd gear. Take a little bit of curb, not too much. You can bottom out the Skippy, and you want to do the same on this curb as well to get around there. Make sure you full throttle for as much through there as you can. Be warned of that curb. That curb is a nasty curb. You can put a tyre on it, but don't go any more over. You'll damage your front wing, bottom out the car, all sorts of carnage. So be warned. 50-metre board just slightly before, a couple of car lengths before maybe. Brake, nice straight line, down a gear, sweep it in. It's kind of cambered on the apex to see if you can carry that through. You see I nipped the curb there, which isn't ideal. Makes you lift off and make sure I don't run wide here. So if you can miss the curb, get a nice smooth line around there, it'd be much, much better. End of the curbing, use that as your marker turning for this one. Big lift. Cut a little bit of the grass on the apex. Make sure you do not run wide. Very, very easy to do so around here. Now, bit hard to spot, but there is another little tarmac bit just over there on the right hand side, and that's our turning point for this one. You see a slight lift on the throttle just to get the Skippy turned in here, and then I'm balancing the throttle all the way through. I don't want to run too far wide to the right hand side. On cold tires it will be tricky through here. Give that curb a little cheeky tickle, and make sure you give this one a little cheeky tickle. Not the hammering that I do there, but you can do that without too much trouble, so be warned. At this point, when you come off the curb, you want to start braking for the first of the 3 hairpins. I love hairpins. This one is the most awkward to run wide because you take too much speed into it. It really does narrow up about now, so be mindful of that. So don't carry too much speed into it. Up to 2nd gear, and this one is a nice late apex. You want to compromise it as much as you can, but don't leave the door open for other people to dive bomb. So you want to start getting back to that apex now and keep to the left-hand side of the track, because this is the tightest and probably the most important hairpin to get right, because it leads onto the track. So 1st gear again, really cutting the car back, slowing it down, clipping the curb, and then getting on full power as soon as I can. Nice little straight this. Might get a good opportunity to have an overtaking, because this 90-degree left-hander up here is slower than you think. Look at the track map, it's more than 90 degrees, and I think that's what's catching me out a lot of times around here. 100-metre board, as the back of the car passes it, that's where you want to brake and slow down more than me. You see I missed the apex and I'm ploughing wide. That is mainly my problem through here, ploughing wide off the track and getting off track. And if you do put one set of tyres, it is easy to spin. So be mindful of that. Don't do that mistake. Take it slower, get a good exit down here, because this is another good straight to get another overtake opportunity. Again, same as the previous corner, after the back of the car passes that 100-metre board, we're braking in a nice straight line. 2nd gear for this one, nice and easy. Don't clip the curb, very easy to run wide, as I do a little bit here. I use a little bit of pit lane because I can, and a little bit of that dirt and the curb there, not a problem. End of the curb is when we want to stab the brakes again. Turn the car in, clip the apex, and you can run a little bit wide here. There's a bit more curve for us to use, so we may as well use it. Otherwise, that is our lap done and dusted. Shoot for the line now. Slipstream and overtaking may be awkward around here. I haven't raced it since the IR04, and that was carnage, to be honest. But that is us across the line in a 1:30.080. So fingers crossed, it's a pretty decent lap round here. As I say, it's survival of the fittest this week. If you can get around the track cleanly, you should do well. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Do that lovely YouTube stuff, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.